Guitarist Louie Shelton talks about Boyce and Hart, the Monkees, the classic Wrecking Crew guitarist on Rock History Music. Boyce and Hart, they did guide vocals, right, for the Monkees.
Yes, they wrote the songs, and I think some of their vocals ended up on the records too, some of the harmonies and all of that. But see, when we were doing those Monkees records, the Monkees themselves were all filming during the day, and we were in the studio cutting the tracks, and they would come in later. So the only vocal we really heard was Boyce and Hart giving us a demo, a demo vocal.
I interviewed a lady who, for I think 7 years, was Peter Tork's manager, and she said that it's interesting that he played that part, but he was actually an introspective to her. From her point of view, he was sort of a introspective. He loved classical music, and he was just the opposite of what people thought he was on the TV. But that's TV, right?
Yeah. I think they all had a bit of that in their background. It seems like I heard Mickey Dolenz was more of a guitar player and maybe had some classical training. I don't know. But his job in the Monkees was to be the drummer. He had to actually learn to play drums just at that time. They all were. Oh, go ahead. I was going to say they were all picked because of their little individual characters and acting skills. The music thing was, it was just a coincidence that they had a little bit of music background. But I've read the story about when they came into the studio, thought they were going to record. Peter brings his guitar in there, and there's now the music's already there. All you got to do is sing. It didn't go down very well with them,
I was looking at videos of you all day. I've never researched anybody like I've researched you, because I knew who you were, man. And I'm a research pig, but I went and I'm looking at your interviews, and I'm looking at you now, looking at interviews from a few years ago. I don't know what you're drinking or what you're smoking or usually what you're breathing, I always say, but you kind of look the same. What are you doing? What's the secret here?
I know it's crazy. I mean, I have so many friends and stuff that have come across bad health and all of that. And, Leon Russell, I think the last song he sang was on my Bluesland album. And we were friends for since the 60s. And, he passed away. Every week I'm looking at, another person, passed away. James Burton's been in the hospital in Nashville now for a few weeks, and hopefully he's getting out soon. He just had a hip replacement and stuff like that. I haven't had any bad falls, and I cut down 2 banana trees the other day and chopped them up and took them to the tip. So I still do stuff, I shouldn't be doing as much stuff as I do, but I do a lot of heavy lifting.
My mother's 87 and she never ends. And when my father retired, and you've heard this story, my father retired, I'm 64. I was a laborer. I was a, blue collar. I'm going to sit in my rocking chair and watch my shows. I'm going, Dad, that work was actually exercise, right? That. My mother's 87. She's still alive. He died 10 years ago at 87. So there you go. Good for you.
Yeah. I feel lucky that I haven't had any, medical problems at all. Maybe a blood pressure pill every morning,
Yeah,
that's what my doctor says. So
we'll have more from Louie Shelton coming up in the next few days. Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Remember, we have a podcast. Links are in the description. You can help the channel. There's also links there and a list of all our other channels. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music.